Now I know there's many of you guys out there who didn't vote, and there's a lot of people out there who really don't care. Me, I am one of those people who don't care. I don't care. Okay, and here's the reason why I don't care about who win. All right. Now, if you had paid attention since Israel took over America, you will realize that the people who are standing on that podium telling you and making all these empty promises about how they're going to make the country a better place and and yada 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 and so on and so forth, one thing you will understand is all of these are just nothing but just empty promises. If somebody makes a lot of promise, be very very wary of these people. Why? Because they have not shown you. So why are you making promises? I mean, Kamala Harris is a really, really great example of that because she was a vice president of the United States of America. She was running the country along, well, trying to run the country with Joe Biden. But let's be honest, we all knew Joe Biden wasn't really the one running the country because he couldn't really put two sentences together. But besides that, she wants to be a president of the United States of America, right? And she's on the podium making all these promises and how she's gonna do this and do that and do this and do that. And so one of my biggest questions that I had was, why didn't you do these when you were in office? And I know the answer to that. And you know what's funny? It was actually Vladimir Putin, surprisingly, who said it. He said that presidents, when they go, they make all these promises, and then when they get into office, the people in black suits shows up and said, no, 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 we run things around here. All you gotta do is just read what's on the prompter, wave your hand, smile, and be gone. Now I added a little bit more to that, but you get the idea, right? It was pretty obvious from the get-go that the people who are so-called leaders, people who are your president, don't really run this country. Why? Because they make all these promises, and how hard can it be to really implement these if you are the president? You are literally on the highest level. Well, technically not on the highest level because you still have to go through all these checks and balances to be able to, you know, put something into law. But you get the idea, right? And so, I mean, when you really think about it, what's a major thing that has changed in the country? I mean, seriously, think about that for a second. Has people really sat there and thought about that? We're always busy fighting with each other for a reason. We're always wondering, why are we so divided? If it's not black people and white people having an argument, is, you know, people arguing how many genders there are, or if women should be president, or if women should be in position of power, or if they should, uh, you know, be in corporate. It's a non-stop war. Constantly. Everybody's fighting each other. We're never united on one thing. And all of that is obviously strategic. They do all of these on purpose. It's obvious. They don't try to fix any of these things. And every single time they go on the podium and you ask them questions about addressing these problems, they pick a side. They never really say, "Oh, we need to all come together as unity and try to, agree with each other on how we can come together and make things better." They don't ever do that. Rather, they pick a side. If it's not Kamala Harris saying, "Oh, we should allow abortion," I'm for the gays and stuff like that. It's Trump saying we should ban this and we should ban that, and it's like, why don't we come to a common agreement and see what works for everybody? I mean, obviously, you won't be able to make everybody happy. That's a fact. Okay, that's this world. That's how we are, and that's understandable. There are gonna be some differences, but you gotta understand that in order to make a country strong, in order to make people believe in your government, they have to show you that they are willing to listen to you. They have to show you that they are willing to make everybody work together to better the country. But rather, what do we see? People are suffering. There's division. People can't even afford the basic means of living. And so when you see these two people going on the podium, Instead of addressing these problems, instead of getting the veterans off the street and helping them with their PTSD and getting them, if they're on drug, to get them off the drug and stuff like that, right? Even though these people should be extreme high priority, because of them, you are able to sit there and watch me speak to you. You are able to go to the grocery store and get your food. These people fought for this country. So it makes sense that they should be prioritized when it comes to getting them off the street. But instead of talking about these things, what do? We start debating, well, not we, but they start debating on who can help Israel the most, who can, you know, make Israel great again. Even though literally there was a poster in Israel that says, when Trump became president, it says Trump will make Israel great again. All right. And again, that's what they do. They literally become Israel's lapdog. They start debating on, oh my God, no, I can help Israel the most. No, 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 no. I can help Israel the most. And you got a bunch of people sitting there watching, like, wait a minute, like, what the heck is going on here? What about us? And then they may go ahead and slip in a few things that you want to hear to me, make you feel happy and say, oh yeah, they're fighting for me. Oh, they want to make my life better. Like I said, they don't run the country. They don't. The people in black suit come and tell them, hey, this is how we want you to run this country. These are the laws that we want you to push. These are the rules that we want you to push. By the way, Israel needs help. I want you to send billions of dollars to Israel. Name me an American who, well, they are there, but the majority of American, if they were to allow them to vote and say, hey, would you want your tax dollar to be sent to Israel? I can tell you right now, about close to 99% of Americans will say, hell no. Hell no, we don't want that. The majority of Americans have agreed, saying that we need to stop prioritizing other countries and we need to prioritize ourselves. Has that stopped? No. Okay. No, the 20-year war in Afghanistan just stopped. And then a few years later, boom, Israel went ahead and decided to commit a lot of genocide. Now, yes, Hamas went ahead and attacked Israel first. I will go ahead and concede and admit that that was thing, and that should not have happened. But I guarantee you, Hamas had a reason for doing what they did. I know the reason why, but that's gonna be a whole different conversation. But the truth is that America will always prioritize another country over America. Now, you may disagree with me, but just look at the past 20 years, or maybe go even further back. You will start to see a pattern. Every single, like, America is an empire that is built on war. The more war that they can fund, the more money that these greedy people will make. Israel is a little tiny island in the middle of the middle in the Middle East. And what do you notice? A lot of the war that America goes to is in the Middle East. So if you put two and two together, presidents are constantly debating on who can be the best leader for Israel. Every single war that America goes into for some odd reason is in the Middle East. So and then you're like, wait a minute. America is all the way on the west. What the fuck are we doing in the Middle East? These people are not sending rockets here. So what are we doing? And like I said, you put two and two together, you start to realize who really is your master. And here's another tip for you. The person that you cannot criticize, the group that you cannot criticize, the leader that you cannot criticize, just understand that that's the person that is ruling you. And Israel has made a very fatal mistake. What's that? They made themselves into a high and mighty group of people. And because of October 7, that mask is finally coming off and the whole world is waking up. If you've been on X, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. That's my opinion when it comes to this whole politic. I can keep going, but that's enough time. Later.